Hello, everyone. How are you doing? So, first of all, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Arlene Ramirez, aka Gypsy. I started this channel originally mostly because I love to share about being healthy, living healthy, and it is God. It's like everything. It's healthy body, healthy mind, healthy soul, spirit, whatever you want to call it. So basically, because I am a health coach, life coach, etc., I am also certified in breathing techniques, etc. I've been doing yoga forever. But I am speaking from experience. Number one, I'll tell you a little. I want to introduce myself properly, etc., which is another reason why I got my buzz. So I'm called Gypsy for many reasons. One, because I moved around a lot, even with my kids as I was raising them. I moved like multiple times. One time for a couple of years, we actually moved around because hiding from an ex. I know I'm not the only one. Nevertheless, so after a while, my family started calling me Gypsy because they never knew where I was going to be living, etc. Many people also call me Gypsy because I do a lot of things naturally. I use herbs, tinctures, food basically for healing, and I've come a long way, trust me. So I want to share a little bit about that so you kind of know who I am, etc. So I came from a really horrific childhood. Physical abuse, sexual abuse, and mental abuse constantly, never knowing who I was, etc. Which I know many children grow up and they don't really know who they are, which is why I try to encourage children after you leave home, even my children, is like go spend a few years and figure out who the hell you are and then move from there. So basically, um, I was kind of stuck in that mode. When you hear it constantly, what a horrible child you are, a child who never did anything right, uh, whatever, and also the fact that constantly in defense. I'm not trying to give a boohoo story, trust me. So if you want to know more, just reach out and ask me. I'm an open book now. Before I could never talk about this kind of stuff because it triggered me in so many ways. But I have gone through a little over 20 years of healing and transitioning and so forth. I read the books, listened to the videos, listened to the audios, went to the seminars, etc., on and on and on. And a lot of it I had to come within myself. I had to figure out who I am on my own. I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety and blah, 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 was on the meds. And that was like over 20 years ago. But I didn't like the way I felt. So I started finding natural alternatives. And the number one thing was because I went through three failed marriages, and a lot of it was because I kept attracting the same kind of people that I grew up with, of course. And if I wasn't being yelled at or abused in whatever way, I felt like I wasn't cared for. And so I now have learned to love me. And, after my last marriage, I finished raising my kids. They all graduated. They're all doing good in life, thank God. And so I have moved on to figuring out who the hell I am. And I know that I am an intelligent person. I'm an awesome friend. I'm listened to lots of issues. I've guided and helped many, many people get through the same things I have gone through. So anxiety used to be one of my biggest issues. I was anxious over everything, and anything triggered me. Could be a sound, could be a smell, could be a voice, could be a certain person, just the way they looked. Okay, and I just have overcome all those things. I've faced so many fears; it's unbelievable. So that is my mission. The reason I'm introducing you to tell you all these things is number one. The first thing that helped was changing my diet. I grew up in a really poor environment, not poor from money, but um, my mother, God bless her soul, I forgave her already, but she was an alcoholic and a druggie. So her money went to make sure she partied and dressed a certain way and so forth and so on. And so we got, you know, the worst of everything. Drinking water, oh Lord, never drink water. I was sitting there thinking one day, I think the only time we really drank some water was if we happened to be inside, get a cup of water. But most of the times when we were playing outside, riding our bikes, we'd stop at somebody's yard and turn on the hose, get a quick drink of water. I don't think you can do that today, but back in my time, yeah, you could. So that was the biggest thing was learning to drink water, enjoying it, etc., cutting out all the crap I grew up drinking Kool-Aid with a lot of sugar, sodas, juice that wasn't real juice, on and on. I mean, there was sometimes on the weekends my brothers and I would make coffee because we grew up in a household that coffee was always there. We'd put tons of milk and sugar, bread and butter because that was what we had. To us, that was a snack. But now there's no way I would touch any of that stuff. So first thing was adding water a little at a time, and now that's mostly what I drink. I don't drink any sodas, haven't for eons. I don't drink Kool-Aid, gave that stuff up a long time ago, and there's so many bad things about it. Number one, the sugar. We all know that. Everybody knows that. Sugar is like an addiction, like cocaine. It's worse, as a matter of fact. So cutting out all that took many, many years to do, but I knew that if I did a little bit each time, and luckily I had the right people to support me. So that's exactly what I did. I said, okay, this is the first step. I started doing it. Then, okay. And then I learned how to cook proper meals, good meals, healthy meals. And I taught my kids that too. Not that I'm perfect, not by any means, let me tell you. But I will say that now, today, in my 60s, I eat pretty healthy. I really stick to a raw food mentality, meaning produce. Fruits and veggies are mostly raw. Occasionally I'll simmer them, but most of the time it's raw. I do consume some animal products occasionally, not all the time. Eggs, sometimes a little bit of cheese. It's usually like mozzarella or Parmesan, but basically it's about it. And that's like once in a blue moon. And I do occasionally have some poultry, but that's about it really. Most of the time it's a vegan diet. I have found that removing gluten from my diet has helped immensely on all so many levels. So I'm not going to say that I have celiac or anything else like that. I just experimented. I cut out all things, went on a total liquid fast for a while, and then started including things and just observed how my body felt. And I found that by adding certain things, I started feeling kind of wooky and said, okay, cut that out for a while. And then I felt better. So I said, okay, that no longer. So gluten happened to be one of those things. And just getting rid of it all. I mean, here I was, a child, up until even in my teens, I had extreme migraines, extreme headaches, just the drop of a hat, like horrible. It felt like my head was in a vice. My nose would just bleed profusely at times and just constantly. It's probably because I was dehydrated and just didn't know it. My digestion was really horrible. So that has all improved like immensely. So, and I can tell you this today, knocking on some wood, I'm in my 60s and I'm not on any meds. That's a fact, nothing. I do occasionally, I have some CBD. I have a good product of CBD, and I do take that occasionally. But CBD is actually healthy for you. So, and I do have a lot of most of my diet is an anti-inflammatory. I choose and pick foods that have anti-inflammatory properties to them because being in my 60s and I've lived a rough life, meaning my childhood, I was abused so much that, I do have internal wounds, but it's okay. It's all right. I'm still here. I've also been in a few car accidents. My mother, God bless her soul, loved to drive fast. And back then we didn't have seatbelts. so yeah, there was a few accidents involved. We were literally flying through the vehicles, etc. But that's okay. It's all good. I have survived it all. And so this is why I'm sharing this is I am a health coach and I've helped so many people and I'm so happy. It makes me so happy in my heart when I get this feedback from people that, oh, wow, I no longer have headaches. My digestion has improved. I'm sleeping better. I feel better. I have more energy, etc. And I really haven't done this. I've done a few little things with YouTube. I'm going to kind of stop for a second. But I'm trying to learn how to do this. If anybody has any suggestions. So I'm doing this on my computer right now. And I just found out watching something else that you have to wait until you have 1,000 subscribers. So if you're watching, please, I want to share more. I want to share more about what I do, who I am, etc. I want to share about my school bus adventure, etc. But hit the like, hit the subscribe. This will help me so I can help you, because that is my whole mission, is to be able to help others. As I've healed me and healed myself, as well as I've helped many people, from teenagers on to get through anxiety, depression, PTSD, all the things that I dealt with and all the things that helped me. Um, when I was younger, and I'm not perfect, when I was younger, I tried. I never got into the really serious drugs, but I was an avid pot smoker. Marijuana is not bad. I'm not saying that it is by any means. Actually, it should be legalized. I tried a little drinking, but it didn't quite vibe with me for some reason. So that wasn't really my thing. When I was a teenager, I was really felt like I needed to do something, because I was a chunky child, and one of my friends introduced me to some diet pills, and I tried those, but and I did lose weight, but after a while, I started feeling like really weird, and I just didn't like it, so I got off of it. And so I tried some diet products here and there, and you get on it, you lose weight, blah 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 blah. So somewhere around in my 40s, I started there, getting kind of curious about, well, how is it that some people are eating and staying healthy and others aren't? So I never really was into exercise as a kid. Besides my brothers and I would just rode bikes, climbed trees, did the normal kid stuff. But so I then started like experimenting with trying, like in my 20s, I tried walking. I loved walking and hiking and walking and hiking, did some rock climbing. That was amazing. And as long as I was doing it and around others that did it, it was great. But because I moved so much, new environment each time, on and on, it just, things kind of dwindled, right? So then I found little things that did work for me. I've done yoga since I was, I don't know, probably about 19. I've loved it. I've done some Pilates, etc. But I do walk. I walk a lot. I walk all the time. I've had bikes off and on, and then I move and I sell things, etc. So this, now I can tell you, for the past probably a little over a decade, number one, I've pretty much stayed healthy myself. But like I said, I eat a certain way that works for me. It took me a while to figure it out. I have an amazing liver detox that cleanses and detoxes everything. When your liver is healthy, everything else works properly. On and on. When your gut is healthy, then everything else works properly. And I don't know if you know this or not, but your gut is basically 80% of your immune system is in your gut. So by healing my gut, which I didn't realize I was doing as I was changing my diet, I realized, wow, I don't get sick anymore. And knock on some wood, but it's been over 2 decades, about 25 years now, 20, 22, 25 years, somewhere in there. I don't get sick. I don't get sore throats. I don't get colds. I don't get nothing. That's a fact. It's an honest to God truth. But when I was a kid, we always had, like I said, I had extreme migraines, extreme headaches, etc., etc. My brothers and I went through every year, just like everybody, the normal cold stuff, the sore throats, blah, 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 on and on and on. And it just doesn't happen anymore. So I do know that by healing everything and correcting my digestion, it has helped me on so many levels. So this is what I share now. I share all this. I have the education, I have the experience, I have the certificates, and on and on and on. So I am here to share everything. And if you're wanting to improve your health to the point where you can live, I'm in my 60s and I'm proud of myself, because I walk still daily. I have, I walk with my dogs a couple times a day. I live in Texas presently, and it's extremely hot and humid, so I don't take them walking in the middle of the day. It's just not healthy for them. Plus, the asphalt is too hot for their paws. But I am an avid person about encouraging people to drink water. If you're not sure about how much water to drink, whatever your weight is today, divide that number in half. Whatever that number is, that's ounces. And it may seem like a lot. I've had people say, oh my God, Arlene, that's like 120 ounces of water I have to drink a day. But the thing is if you start with that for 1 week, you will find by the end of the week, you'll either, number one, have lost a few pounds, you'll have more energy, your brain will work better, etc. And then you can drop those ounces a little bit, and then you'll find your balance that works perfect for you. Water is such an important thing. It helps with your digestion. It keeps all your internal organs moist. It keeps your liver and your kidneys flushed out and working. It keeps your blood flowing through your body. It keeps your lungs moist so your lungs work properly. It also allows you to poop properly. Keeping your digestion moist keeps everything working properly. And not to mention, you're not going to, what's the word I'm looking for right now, your body will not absorb the proper nutrients, micronutrients, etc., vitamins, minerals, everything that you put into your body. It's not going to absorb anything unless your internal organs, your intestines are moist. And you have to, it's not just chewing the food. The saliva starts to break down, and as it goes down, your stomach has more acids. But you really don't absorb any of those minerals and vitamins until it hits your intestines. So you really, then it starts extracting it and taking it straight into your intestines, what it needs. The rest of it, you poop out. Okay, so to have everything working right and all the muscle structures, etc., and not going to the doctor. I'm not putting doctors down. They're there for a reason. But you know what? I don't go to the doctor. I'm not on any meds. I'm telling you, this is the truth. And anybody that knows me knows this is true. So those are some of the things that I would love to help you with. Reach out to me, put a message down below, and just let me know. I am here to help. That's my whole thing. My mission is to help others to live a healthy life, no matter what's going on. And I have helped a few people actually decrease their meds. I've also helped many people with diabetes. I have tons of things that work for diabetes. Type 1 and type 2, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that it's an all cure or anything like that. I am not a doctor, although I have studied probably as much as them. I do know the anatomy inside and out. I've studied it, and I still study it extensively. I just know that making a few little tweaks in your life, in your body, and what you put into it, what you fuel your body with, and your mindset. A lot of it is mindset. Do you want to live a healthy life? Do you not want to live a healthy life? It's totally up to you. And I still have a few things that I'm working on, but all in all, I can tell you this. I sleep really well. When I go to bed and I do a few of my breathing exercises, once I go to sleep, I'm down for the count. I wake up feeling great. I wake up early every morning. I still teach online. I'm a teacher. I teach online early in the morning also. Then I walk my dog. I do all kinds of other stuff throughout the day, etc. And I'm converting my bus by myself presently. Having a little help would be nice. I'm not going to say that, but I'm really proud of myself because so far I've done. I bought it May 15th. I didn't start working on it until about the 17th or 18th because I realized I had to get some tools. And I removed the seats by myself. I've removed all the side panels by myself, removed all the insulation by myself, lifted the floor by myself. And presently at this moment, there's 3 windows. My windows don't leak, thank God. Nothing leaks, thank God. I don't have any leaks anywhere. So there are 3 windows that I'm not able to open, but I'm figuring out how I have to remove those. I caught another video that they actually showed how to replace the little plastic clips. So all I have to do right now is first remove those windows without damaging them. And one of them is actually an emergency window. So I think I have to be careful because something about the wire connected to the engine or whatever. So I have somebody going to come out once I tell him. I have all the wires exposed now. So I don't know if I need to keep those wires on those emergency windows or not. But that's kind of what I'm finding out. So if any other schoolies are out there and you can answer that question, please let me know. It's a 94 GMC 3500 Bandura. So it's a short bus. But basically, it runs well. Brand new tires, brand new alternator, brand new battery, etc. The only thing is something was draining the battery, so everybody's suspecting possibly a wiring issue. So we're going to figure that one out. But anyways, so that's why I wanted to introduce myself properly. And I'm also, You can call me Gypsy Arlene, doesn't matter. My little bus is going to be my little traveling gypsy, and my mission eventually is to be able to work online strictly. I do help a lot of people online. I have clients that I do help online. We do a Zoom similar to this, and I show them some little things. We go over little things, switching switching recipes around, etc. On and on. Not everybody wants to get healthy because they want to lose weight. Some folks, it's because they just want to improve their digestion, improve, get their blood sugars right, lower blood pressure, etc. I have so many things that I in my tool bag that helps. So I would love to work with you. I'd love to help you. And like I said, back to the schoolie. If there's any schoolies out there that would love to share some little insights on those windows, my rivets and screws on the outside I'm seeing. I've already removed the inside stuff. So I think that's my next step is figuring out how to remove those without damaging the window frame. So anyways, I just want to make this real quickly. Hopefully I did this right. I've been doing it on my phone and then I upload it, but my phone will only record for so long and then the recording kind of ends. I do hear a lot of people talking about how they edit their videos. I haven't figured that one out just quite yet, but I will. I'm learning all this great technology a little at a time. So once again, nice to meet you. My name is Arlene, aka Gypsy, and I am a certified health coach, life coach, and I love what I do. I love helping others to live a healthy life. So, peace. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll be able to get this up the right way.